Good morning. Good morning. My name is Barry Hudson, and I'm the Communications Manager for the County Executive's Office. I'd like to welcome you all here this morning. But before we get started, I'd like us to bow our heads in a moment of silence to commemorate the tragic situation in Connecticut on Friday. So if we could please bow our heads. Thank you. Well, today's a special day. Many remember about a year ago, actually in November, we had an official signing of the Economic Development Incentive Fund bill over in Suitland, Maryland. We had that bill signed, and it was a bill that was significant to the Baker administration because it signified the launching of a commitment to economic development in the county, a commitment to providing that, as the county executive says, wow factor that we wanted to provide to tell the rest of the region that Prince George's County means business. So today, a year later, we wanted to come together to recognize our first 6 deals. Deals that are diverse in terms of their location in the county, deals that were diverse in terms of who received them, and deals that are diverse in terms of the types of businesses that are here today to share with you their experience. I'm not going to talk too much about where we are because this place is fabulous. Wouldn't you agree? But I am not going to go on and on about its greatness because I'm going to hand that over to Steve from Vocus, who is the CFO of the company, and I'll have him come up to give us a welcome, please.
Thank you. All of us at Vocus are very excited to be hosting such a great event, and we want to welcome Rasher & Baker and Company to Vocus. How many of you have heard of Vocus prior to today or maybe even a couple of weeks ago? Okay, some hands to go up. And some not. So, well, Vocus is a company that's been around probably for the last 15 years. So we've been in business for well over 15 years. And no, this is not some elaborate set concocted by Rasher & Baker. This is a real company. Vocus is a cloud marketing company. We provide software to help small and mid-sized businesses reach and influence buyers across social networks, online, and through the media. We have software that helps companies engage in search engine optimization, social media, helps them with their email marketing, and it also helps them generate publicity. So this is very much a real business. Vocus is a company, quick history on us, a 30-second history. Went public in 2005. We've been around for over 15 years. We have 1,400 employees worldwide, 700 of which are based here. We're almost about a little over 170 million in revenue. And yes, we're very profitable. We're one of the most profitable software companies in the market today, high margins. So despite what you see here today, we're a profitable company. And for us, this is good business. And we'll talk a little bit about that, but a little bit about the office. We've been here over a year, and it's about 100,000 square feet in just this office. When we moved in, we thought that it'd probably last us 3-4 years, maybe even 5 if we stretch it. Well, we've seen tremendous growth over the past couple of years, and more recently over the past year. You know, we're hiring as a result of the growth. Remember, we're profitable. So, and we're not a company that just started. We've been around for 15 plus years. So when we hire, you know, we do it in a very measured way. But the growth the past year has been significant. We've added over 500 jobs, 300 of which are based in this area. Of the 1,400 employees, 700 are here. About 15% of our workforce is here in Prince George's County. The jobs that we're adding are significant. The average salary is about $75,000. Average age here, it's about 30, 31 years old. so it certainly skews to a bit of a younger demographic given what we sell, SEO, social media, publicity tools. But what you're standing in today is an office that's really inspired by new urbanism. So what's new urbanism? Basically lots of shared spaces and connected to major functional groups. So when you walk in, you may see an elaborate workplace, but this all has a flow and an energy that makes sense for us. So here is Town Square, which is really the epicenter of activity, and you'll see that we have a market, we have lots of lounge areas for people to gather. Today it's off limits given the media event, but as you take the tour later today, what you'll see is that back in the areas where we have cubes and offices, looks very much like a traditional office. People are working, they work very hard. We have deadlines, we have lots of responsibilities here, and obviously, we have sales goals we have to meet. But we're here today because two reasons. Number one, our two co-founders who started the company many years ago, one lived in Potomac, the other lived in Annapolis, and Prince George's County was a good meeting ground, good middle ground. So they said, you know what, let's set up shop here. And they started the company. Rick Rudman, our current CEO, and Bob Lentz, our board member and former CTO, started the company actually in Lanham, Maryland. We were there for many years, up until last year when we moved here to Beltsville. So it was a great middle ground for Bob and Rick. And then as the company grew and our software started to evolve and the size of the market became much more apparent, we started to hire. Well, for us, we're happy to be here. It makes good sense to be here. It's a good middle ground if you look at the demographic of the employee that we attract. They're coming from not only this area, where we have over 15% of our workforce, but other areas as well. Montgomery County, Howard County, personally where I reside, in D.C., in Baltimore, places like Silver Spring and Bethesda. So Prince George's County, for us, makes good sense. Having this office and becoming a beneficiary of the EDI Fund makes good sense. We want to create a true destination for our employees. It helps with churn, minimizes churn, and then also lowers our cost of hire. So today at Vocus, we're happy to say that we're adding these jobs. We're doing it very cost effectively, and we're doing it in an area that we think is thriving. Obviously, we'd like a little more parking, but that's a nice. There you go. That's a nice problem to have, as one of our board members says. Those are good problems. So anyway, we'd like to welcome you today. We're going to hand it over. We have they have a great schedule for you, but you guys have any follow-up questions, I'm happy to answer them, and welcome to Vocus.
Thank you, Steve. The EDI Fund couldn't have moved forward without the cooperation and partnership of our council. And we have one of those council persons here today, Council Member Mary Lehman, who her district actually is here. This is the district where Vocus actually is. So we'd like to ask Mary to come forward, please, and say a few words of welcome to her district.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Good morning. Okay, if I can, you can. It was hard to get out of bed today. I have a nasty cold, so I'm going to keep my remarks short. But I'm thrilled to be here in District 1 to mark this one-year anniversary of the signing of the EDI law. I want to thank Bill Hunt. Is Bill Hunt here today? He's not. Bill Hunt is sort of our ace in the hole on the second floor. He's the Deputy County Council Administrator, and he's really played a key role in vetting these EDI applications on behalf of the County Council. He's our go-to person on a lot of critical issues. He's smart and he's thoughtful, he asks great questions, and he really, I think, ensures that there's a balanced approach to the decision-making about the county's EDI investments. So thank you, Bill. And I just want to say this program has proven to be a great partnership between the council and the county executive, and making sure that citizens and lawmakers understand, because there's a little competition on the second floor, 9-member council. We can be a little parochial sometimes, but I think it's important that council members and our citizens understand that jobs in Beltsville or wherever EDI is growing employment mean jobs for Prince George's County, and that it's a benefit to the whole county. It's really, I guess, an application of the idea that a rising tide lifts all boats. I think all of the EDI deals we've seen in the last year have been smart, professional, sound investments of taxpayer money, and I look forward to more of the same in 2013. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Prince George's County is blessed to have great leadership, not only here in the county, but representing us in Annapolis. So I'd also like to call forward our delegation chair, Jolene Ivey, to say a few words of welcome.
Thank you so much, and I'm really excited to be here. I know that without Prince George's County banding together and making business number one, well, next to like education, public safety, everything else we have to do, but economic development is critical. And we are so excited to be able to celebrate all the achievements we're able to make in economic development all over the county. I'm happy to be here outside my district today to help support this endeavor, and glad that we have 6 projects, correct, that have already benefited all over the county. So thank you so much, and County Executive Baker, we look forward to having more things to celebrate over the coming year.
Up and say a few words for us.
Good morning, everyone. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be here this morning celebrating the successful commitments that have been issued to 6 very deserving companies in Prince George's County. The EDI Fund is clearly, the mission of the EDI Fund is clearly represented in this room today when you look at the diversity of the companies that we've offered commitments to. They definitely represent the quality of jobs that we would like to see in Prince George's County, and as Steve has indicated, here at Vocus, the average job pays $75,000. Well, I think when we measure the impact of how these dollars are creating the economic impact that we would like to see realized in Prince George's County, that same success is replicated with every single company that is here today. And so it gives me a great deal of pleasure to not only recognize the EDC for their ability to market the fund and pre-qualify the prospects, but it also gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce Don Medley, who is our EDI Fund Manager. Stand on. Don is the individual who really puts these projects through the test, through her credit analysis and determining their ability to repay and making sure that we're achieving the goals that the fund has been identified, for the program. But I would be remiss if I did not also recognize the board members, an independent body of residents in Prince George's County who comes together on an as-needed basis to vet these deals to make sure that we're putting the county's money at good risk. And so at this time, I'm going to ask those members of the 7-member board or Financial Advisory Committee if you would stand when I call your name. Maurice Taylor, Chairman of the Financial Advisory Committee. Earl Checkley. Thank you, Earl. Kemi Downey. And Rochelle Andrews. These are just 4 of the 7 residents of Prince George's County who qualified to serve as the advisory committee, recognizing that Mr. Baker wanted to make sure that we're not unnecessarily placing government funding at risk. I couldn't be here today without thanking them for their flexibility and sharing their level of expertise with us on how to get the deals done. I would also like to recognize a couple of members from my board of directors, the FSC First Board of Directors. John Huggins, our chairman of the board. Sherman Ragland, Tradewinds Realty, and Lisa Smith with Bowie Business Innovation Center. Thank you. Barry, I'm going to turn it back over to you, but thank you. It's our pleasure to be a collaborative partner with the county on implementing the EDI Fund in Prince George's County.